In the previous episodes, I talked about the math behind digital signatures. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how those digital signatures are used in transactions. A transaction is an exchange of something between two people. Bob gives Bitcoin to Alice, and in return, Alice gives the coffee to Bob. The record of this transaction will be sent to the blockchain. One thing to understand about Bitcoin transactions is that the amount Bob sent to Alice is not recorded. Bitcoin instead records the unspent amount. So if Bob spends 4 Bitcoin for his coffee, and he had 10 Bitcoins to begin with, due to the rule of each input needing to be spent completely, there will be 2 outputs. One being the 4 Bitcoins that Bob sent to Alice's address, and the other 6 Bitcoins that are sent back to his wallet as unspent transactions. This brings us to verification. When I mentioned digital signatures in the past, I mentioned a public and a private key. To be more specific, the first part of the digital signature uses the private key to create a signature from the transaction message. The second part allows you to verify the transaction given the transaction and the public key. So let's say Bob writes a check to Alice for 4 Bitcoins. The check is the transaction message. The signature on the check would be made by a private key, in this case, Bob. So now, if I tell a third party to verify my transaction, such as John then takes the signature and a public key that was created by the private key. Think of it like something else Bob signed, and then he would verify if the signature matches. With this, we have successfully verified that the sender of the transaction owned the private key, because only the sender could have made the public key and the signature on the transaction to begin with. Each signature is unique to each transaction, so you don't have to worry about other people reusing your signature. In the next episode, I would go more into detail about the people verifying these transactions and what the blockchain exactly is. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.